Gender equality remains a distant dream for many societies around the world. While progress has been made, a pervasive and often overlooked factor hinders true change: the role of women in perpetuating gender bias against younger generations. This essay will delve into the complex reasons behind this phenomenon, exploring how internalized misogyny, cultural norms, fear of change, and power dynamics contribute to this cycle of inequality. It is an uncomfortable truth that women, often conditioned by generations of patriarchal structures, sometimes become agents of the very system that oppresses them. This internal struggle, where women uphold the same systems that limit their own opportunities, is a testament to the deep-rooted nature of gender inequality. Understanding this complex dynamic is crucial for dismantling the systems that prevent women from achieving their full potential. By acknowledging and addressing the ways in which women themselves contribute to the cycle of bias, we can begin to dismantle the deeply ingrained structures that perpetuate gender inequality. This process is essential for creating a more just and equitable future. This essay will explore the various factors that contribute to this perpetuation of bias, delving into the psychological, social, and cultural mechanisms at play. We will examine how internalized misogyny manifests in the actions and beliefs of some women, leading them to unknowingly hinder the progress of younger generations. Additionally, we will analyze the role of socialization and cultural norms in shaping perceptions of gender roles and expectations, solidifying traditional power structures. Furthermore, the analysis extends to the fear of change and potential loss of status that some women may experience when confronted with the prospect of a more egalitarian society. By clinging to the familiar, they inadvertently contribute to the status quo, hindering progress towards a more just and equitable future. The examination of power dynamics within societal structures, particularly how some women leverage their positions to maintain control and limit the advancement of others, is also crucial to understanding this complex issue. This image visually represents the invisible yet powerful constraints that societal expectations place on women. The chains, though transformed into a symbol of femininity, still bind and restrict, highlighting the need to break free from these limitations. It serves as a reminder that true equality requires not only dismantling external barriers, but also challenging the internalized beliefs and biases that perpetuate these systems of oppression. By understanding the motivations and factors driving these actions, we can begin to dismantle the deeply ingrained systems that perpetuate inequality. Internalized misogyny, introduced by feminist scholars in the 1970s, describes how women internalize and perpetuate sexist attitudes. This subconscious phenomenon leads women to uphold limiting structures. It manifests in self-sabotage and judgment towards other women. Recognizing and addressing internalized misogyny is crucial for dismantling gender inequality. One of the most common manifestations of internalized misogyny is the tendency to judge and criticize other women based on patriarchal standards. This can range from subtle comments about appearance and demeanor to outright condemnation of women who deviate from traditional gender roles. For instance, women who are assertive and ambitious may be labeled as bossy or aggressive, while those who choose to prioritize their careers over family may face criticism for being selfish or unfeminine. This internalized bias can also lead women to unknowingly sabotage their own progress and that of other women. They may hesitate to pursue leadership roles, downplay their achievements, or avoid taking risks for fear of being perceived negatively. This self-limiting behavior, often driven by the internalization of societal expectations, becomes a significant barrier to achieving true gender equality. This image captures the subtle yet damaging ways in which women can contribute to a culture of negativity and competition. The whispers and obscured faces hint at the judgment and criticism that can permeate female relationships, often fueled by internalized misogyny. It serves as a reminder of the importance of fostering supportive and empowering environments where women can thrive without fear of judgment. Furthermore, internalized misogyny can manifest in a reluctance to challenge male authority or speak out against gender-based discrimination. Women may internalize the belief that men are inherently more competent or deserving of power, leading them to accept and perpetuate unequal power dynamics. This can create a vicious cycle where women become complicit in their own oppression, hindering progress towards a more just and equitable society. Internalized misogyny impacts individual women and society, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and limiting opportunities. This cycle of oppression is deeply ingrained, making it challenging to dismantle. Breaking free requires conscious effort to unlearn and challenge these beliefs. This symbolizes the strength needed to break free from internalized misogyny. By confronting these patterns, we can create a more just and equitable future. Socialization shapes our understanding of gender roles from birth, perpetuating biases through family, media, and cultural practices. These norms become ingrained, influencing beliefs and behaviors. Challenging stereotypes fosters a more equitable future. Providing diverse experiences is crucial. Socialization can reinforce harmful biases. Limiting opportunities for women perpetuates disparities. Economic disparities reinforce stereotypes. Cultural norms shape and perpetuate gender bias, dictating roles and behaviors for men and women. These norms can provide identity, but also reinforce stereotypes and limit opportunities. Women often face restrictions on mobility, decision-making, and pressure to conform to beauty standards. Such norms limit access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Challenging these norms is essential for creating an inclusive society. Breaking the cycle of gender bias requires addressing individual attitudes and systemic barriers. Education fosters critical thinking and challenges stereotypes from an early age. Inclusive curricula empower future generations to embrace equality. Public awareness campaigns and community dialogues challenge traditional beliefs. Collective action is crucial for advocating change and promoting gender equality. Change, by its very nature, can be unsettling. It disrupts the familiar and challenges established norms. For some older women, traditional gender roles provide a sense of order and stability. The prospect of change can evoke anxiety and resistance. This fear often stems from a sense of security in the familiar. Traditional roles have provided comfort and meaning. The prospect of change can feel like a threat to their sense of self. This fear of the unknown often leads to clinging to the familiar. In many societies, a woman's status and security have been linked to traditional gender roles. Women who conformed to societal expectations were often afforded social acceptance and protection. Their value was derived from fulfilling these roles effectively. However, this system limited women's opportunities for personal and professional fulfillment. For some older women, change evokes concerns about losing their life's foundation. They worry about their place in a society where traditional roles are no longer primary. This fear is not unfounded. Societies undergoing significant shifts often experience instability and uncertainty. In societies where patriarchal norms are deeply entrenched, deviating from traditional gender roles can result in social ostracism, economic hardship, or even violence. Women who challenge the status quo, whether by pursuing education, seeking employment outside the home, or advocating for their rights, often face backlash from family members, community members, and society at large. This backlash can take many forms, from subtle disapproval and gossip to more overt forms of discrimination, harassment, and violence. For some older women who have witnessed firsthand the consequences of challenging societal norms, the fear of retribution can be a powerful deterrent to embracing change. They may have internalized these societal messages, believing that women who step outside their prescribed roles are deserving of punishment, or that rocking the boat will only lead to further hardship. This fear, often rooted in a desire to protect themselves and their loved ones, can create a culture of silence and compliance, making it difficult for younger generations to break free from the cycle of oppression. Moreover, some older women may fear that advocating for gender equality will jeopardize their relationships with men, particularly their husbands or sons. In societies where men hold a disproportionate amount of power, challenging gender norms can be perceived as a direct attack on male authority. This can lead to tension, conflict, and even violence within families, creating a climate of fear and making it difficult for women to speak out against injustice. The fear of disrupting family harmony and jeopardizing their own safety can be a powerful silencer, preventing women from embracing change and perpetuating the cycle of inequality. Exposure to diverse perspectives is crucial for personal growth and societal progress. It allows individuals to challenge their own assumptions and broaden their understanding of the world. However, for some older women, limited social circles and restricted access to information can create a sense of insularity. In many societies, older women's social circles tend to be relatively homogeneous. While these communities provide support, they can also limit exposure to diverse perspectives. This lack of intellectual diversity can hinder personal growth and make it challenging to embrace new ideas. Media representations, which play a powerful role in shaping societal norms and values, can also contribute to the perpetuation of gender bias. While there has been progress in recent years toward more diverse and inclusive media portrayals, older women are often relegated to stereotypical roles that reinforce traditional gender expectations. They are frequently depicted as nurturing grandmothers, gossiping neighbors, or frail and dependent elders, reinforcing the notion that a woman's value diminishes with age and that her primary roles are confined to the domestic sphere. This lack of positive and empowering representations can contribute to a sense of invisibility and marginalization, making it difficult for older women to see themselves as agents of change or to imagine a future where they can continue to make valuable contributions to society. Moreover, media portrayals that depict women as constantly in competition with one another, vying for male attention or social status, can fuel a culture of comparison and undermine female solidarity. This internalized competition can make it challenging for women to support one another's ambitions and celebrate each other's successes. Furthermore, the absence of diverse voices and perspectives within media organizations themselves can contribute to the perpetuation of biased and inaccurate representations. When women, particularly older women from marginalized backgrounds, are underrepresented in leadership positions and creative roles within the media industry, their stories go untold, and their perspectives remain unheard. This lack of representation not only limits the range of experiences and viewpoints reflected in media content, but also perpetuates a cycle of exclusion that makes it difficult for new voices to emerge and challenge the status quo. Breaking free from insularity requires proactive efforts. Intergenerational dialogues and educational programs can broaden perspectives. These initiatives foster understanding and challenge stereotypes. Media literacy and diverse content are also crucial, empowering older women to engage critically with media. This helps in shaping a more equitable society. Power dynamics, often invisible yet pervasive, play a significant role in perpetuating gender inequality. These dynamics, shaped by societal norms and cultural beliefs, dictate who holds power and who benefits. Older women may hold power within families or communities derived from age or experience. This power can challenge or reinforce systems that limit women's opportunities. Horizontal hostility explains how some older women perpetuate gender inequality. Navigating male-dominated spaces, some women adopt patriarchal values for survival. They may undermine other women, reinforcing existing power structures. This symbolizes the networks of power-trapping women in inequality. The older woman represents those who perpetuate harmful norms. The strands represent how power dynamics restrict freedom and opportunity. Recognizing and dismantling these structures is crucial. Internalized patriarchal values manifest in control and sabotage. Older women may discourage younger women from pursuing careers, prioritizing traditional roles. They may undermine efforts to succeed, fearing threats to their own status. In many cultures, older women uphold traditions and pass on values, preserving cultural identity. However, this can also hinder progress when traditions limit women's opportunities. Resistance to change can stem from a belief in traditional gender roles seen as essential for societal harmony. This perspective, reinforced by cultural narratives, makes dialogue about gender equality challenging. Dismantling power dynamics requires challenging patriarchal values, promoting intergenerational dialogue, and empowering younger women. Education provides critical thinking skills to question traditional beliefs and challenge unjust power structures. Teaching history of gender inequality empowers young people to become agents of change. The raised fists symbolize resistance, while broken chains represent liberation from oppressive norms. Solidarity and collective action create a more just and equitable future. Gender inequality demands urgent attention. We must challenge and dismantle these systems. Awareness and education are key. Promote critical thinking and empathy. Unity and shared purpose create lasting change. Collective action is powerful. Hope and commitment build a just future. Breaking the cycle of gender inequality requires a collective effort from all members of society. Men must challenge patriarchal norms, amplify women's voices, and advocate for gender equality. This includes challenging sexist behavior, promoting women's leadership, and supporting gender equity policies. Promoting positive role models who challenge gender stereotypes is essential for lasting change. Showcasing women's achievements in diverse fields inspires future generations to dream big. These role models exemplify the potential when we challenge gender norms and value all contributions. This vibrant mosaic showcases women's boundless potential when societal barriers are shattered. Each image dismantles stereotypes and inspires future generations to redefine what's possible. It's a visual celebration of achievements, reminding us that progress occurs when we empower women. Breaking gender inequality necessitates fostering community and solidarity among women. By supporting each other's ambitions and amplifying marginalized voices, women create powerful change. This includes mentoring younger women, advocating for supportive policies, and challenging discrimination. Through collective action and support, women can create a more just and equitable world. Addressing systemic barriers is crucial for lasting change. This requires legislative reforms, policy changes, and a shift in cultural attitudes. Governments, institutions, and organizations must work together to dismantle discriminatory practices and promote equal opportunities.